What's going on, everybody? Just me in another week. Hey, I told you during the first video that I was going to get out and take some videos outside of the office. Well, here is your chance. So you can have a video for me while I am stuck here in traffic on the way home from school today. Let's see, where to start. This last week was pretty good, actually. I think I said last week that I hadn't been called on in any of my classes, and I got called on in 4 out of my 5 classes. So I got that initiation kind of thing. You kind of get the thing going. I don't know if the teachers talk or what, but you kind of get this thing like eventually, like, you get called, and then you get called in the next class, and you get called in the next class, and it happens with like everybody. Like, it's kind of like their day or their week. You just get called on all the time. But everything was fine. I was prepared. I mean, I try to make sure I'm prepared all the time, no matter what. And it paid off, of course. I was able to answer the questions pretty well. Didn't get flustered or anything like that. So, I didn't get scared. And a lot of my classmates, they told me I did pretty well. One told me that one of the professors was extremely hard on me, so they said that I did really well under pressure. And got called on in civil procedure just a little bit ago. So kind of getting those things out of the way, I guess, and doing fine. So not a bad, you think it's kind of a bad experience, you kind of dread it, but then it happens to you and you're fine. So you don't have to worry about it. Let's see, what else? Of course, the holiday was yesterday. Wanted to record today because I wanted to record sometime around school. It did just have a giant, it doesn't look like it outside at all, but we just had a huge downpour at school, and I was going to record outside and didn't end up doing that, so I decided I'd record in the car. Everything's going really well though. School is still loving law school. I mean, it's still super exciting to me, and loving the subject matter, and just trying to wrap my head around certain ideas. Kind of, a few weeks in now, so I'm kind of getting used to, okay, this is what I need to do, or this is what I need to do. This is how I need to study these kind of cases, or this is what I need to do. So I've kind of started to tweak a few things and to try to increase even more what I'm understanding from the cases and be even more prepared, in class and things like that, especially when exams come. And if it's anything like civil procedure today, then my changes have paid off, so that's a good thing. Other than that, the weather has been, hot and muggy, but that's just typical, so I guess it's been normal. Just rained today. It was supposed to rain this weekend, and it didn't do that. This weekend I smoked a bunch of ribs for everybody to watch the game with, and down here in SEC country, football is king, of course, and so college football is underway, and for my grandpa, Georgia won, and that's the important thing. So he got a rack of ribs and Georgia victory. I don't think it gets any better. Oh, and I don't know what it looks like on your end, but I'm using the reverse camera on my phone, so the quality isn't super there with regards to things like white balance or anything like that. So I do apologize if there is a little bit of quality degradation this week. I will remedy that next time. Laura is doing well. I think she's enjoying the food. My grandma has been cooking amazing meals when I'm not cooking, and so I think that Laura is enjoying that. And we got out and about yesterday. We finally got this weekend, got a bunch of our posters and things hung up, and that made everything look a lot better. So we can post some photos of what the new office and everything looks like, and everything's starting to getting put together really well there. Kind of just trying to figure out and plan what we need to do to get the costume studio and everything all set up, and kind of be done with setting up and unpacking things. Let's see. Like I said, we did get out and about, and some of you might not be familiar with it because they don't have it out west in Utah, at least. They do have it in certain areas of the west, of course. But I took Laura to try something that I knew she had never had before, and that was Panera bread. Panera bread, I don't know how to describe it if you've never heard of them before. Imagine taking like Starbucks, kind of, more of cafe zupas if you're from Utah, and combining that with like a small version of Einstein bagels, and that's kind of what it is. That's what you get. So, but they do make amazing sandwiches. That's what I really love there. Of course, you can get you can buy a loaf of bread if you want to there. So, but it's fantastic. So that was one thing. The next on the list is to introduce her to Waffle House. So that will be coming up shortly. I'm gonna make sure I get over here in this lane here. Now, let's see what else is going on. Not much really. Dogs are still loving everything. Love the location, and they do get quite beat though. When it's hot, like this weekend is really hot. When it's hot like that, they do tend to be very, very tired, very lethargic all day long, even after just a short time outside. The other thing I can say is, if you move back east, like we don't have Comcast here, so I couldn't just move my account or anything like that. I have to say that I'm sad, but we are actually going to be going with Dish. I signed the contract this week. I know I'm in law school, and everybody says, oh, you're in law school, you don't have time to watch TV or anything like that, but I'm like, look, on the weekends, that's my time to where if I want to watch TV, I watch TV. And the NFL, I watch NFL on Sunday. I try to make the weekends as much about myself as I can. I try to, on Friday, try to study ahead for Monday, so that Saturday and Sunday I can completely do what I want. And it's worked so far. And so everything with regards to that is, going along pretty well. I feel very happy with myself that I'm able to stay on top of things and to study and not get bogged down and days behind. Like today I was sitting in civil procedure, and the girl in front of me was talking to her friend and was saying how she hadn't even read the cases for the day, and I was like, are you kidding me? To me, I don't know. I don't want to be like all high horse or anything like that. If you notice, I am dressed up. I'm one of the, I don't know, out of say 60 people that are in one of my sections, I think. I think I'm one of like maybe 6 to 8 people that dress up on a daily or pretty much almost daily basis. And I see law school as being a professional school. I mean, medical school, law school, those kind of schools, you're learning your profession. In my profession, I'm going to be dressed up. I'm going to be interacting with clients or with other lawyers and things like that. And I want to be professional. I want to have that kind of ingrained in me already, and it helps me kind of get in that mindset of preparing and studying to practice law. So I've taken to making sure that I'm dressed up, and I don't know what other people think about it, but it makes me glad there's not a bunch, but there's a handful of other people that dress up consistently, and it makes me feel like they take things more seriously. When I interact with them, I kind of feel like, at least off the bat, I don't, even if I don't know them, I kind of already in my mind assume that they're taking law school very seriously. Where was I with that? But basically talking about, making sure that I was prepared ahead of time and things like that. And I find as long as I just make sure that I stick to it, that every day, when I get home from school, I used to do it in the evening part after dinner. Now I've started doing it from the moment I get home from school. I have a little snack, take about 5-10 minutes to kind of like decompress after I get home, and then I go right to the studies. And if I do that, I get it done, and I have a lot, actually I feel like I have a lot more time during the evening. So I've been able to actually do other things during the week that I wouldn't have thought that I could do. Other than that, everything's going really well though. That was my high horse, I guess, rant for the week, my soapbox. If I had to do anything or to say anything, it's really that I would think that if you're going to law school, that regardless of what your feelings are, you should be dressed up and prepared for law school as if you're a lawyer. I don't necessarily wear like a coat every day, a suit coat every day, but I try to make sure I'm wearing a shirt and tie every single day. there's some students that I deal with, and they literally wear like a shirt, like a t-shirt, shorts, and sandals to school, and I'm like, it just, I don't know, it just doesn't seem right to me to do that. Anyway, let's see. Can't think of anything else. So I guess for this week I am done. Hope everybody's doing well. NFL starts this week, so hopefully you're excited for that. Hopefully if you're in a fantasy league, you're already set. I'm in one and I'm running one, so I'm hoping that I'll do pretty well this season. More than anything, I'm excited just for that to get going. And I didn't even finish my thought about Dish. Like I said, I was going to Dish. I've already signed a contract with them, and that's mostly because my grandparents have Bright House. Like I said, we don't have Comcast here, and Bright House has been the absolute worst for TV and for customer service. Their internet has been fantastic. I have nothing to complain about their internet at all. But I don't know. Their cable is awful. They don't even have HD, like NFL Red Zone, Cartoon Network, Food Network. Well, Food Network does have an HD channel. NBC Sports does not. It's like, I'm used to coming from Comcast and having like every channel basically has an HD counterpart, and Bright House doesn't have any. They have like nothing. So that's like one strike against them, and then second strike, in my opinion, we got everything set up, and the first installer was like, oh, I can't run Ethernet, so we ran, my dad struggled through the ceiling, and we did a bunch of work to run about 300 foot of Ethernet cable, but the internet's worked perfectly for us, so I'm not going to complain about that. It's the cable out to the office that we have our TV and everything in. They put a signal amplifier on one end, and we still can't get half the HD channels that we even get, and sometimes not even regular definition channels. It just varies. And the only thing I can speculate is that the signal is just not that good. Our Bright House is just not that good. And today was, I think, the 7th or 8th service call. So this is my warning to anyone. If you can't get Comcast, if you move back east or anywhere else, and Comcast won't serve you, do not go with Bright House. Unless you're going for just internet. Internet alone has been great. If you're going with them for TV, and if anything, don't even just go with them anyway if you can avoid it. Because their service has been awful. They've been completely and utterly awful. They will come out on jobs and they'll basically talk you out of having them do certain things. Not only that, they will do I don't know what else have they done. They've come out and said, well, we're really behind, so I'm going to come and have a work order for tomorrow, and then they won't put the work order in, so you never get served. You have to call again. They will come out, and my wife Laura was working in the office one day, and the guy just left and was like, oh, there was a minor present only, so I couldn't do the job. And I'm like, what is going on here? And one of them that I think was actually not a contractor, but actually a Bright House employee, he actually came out to do the job, told Laura that he said, hey, I've got to go do something, it'll take about an hour or two, and then we're going to come back and finish the job. And he never came back, never put the work order in, never contacted us or anything like that. So my warning to you is just, if at all costs, if you can, avoid using Bright House, because it is awful. Like I said, other than the internet has been fantastic. So with all of that said, and the lens flare going across the camera, I conclude with you this week, and I hope that you are all doing excellent wherever you are. I miss you all, but just to let you know, law school is fantastic. I am loving it, and I hope that you all have a great day, and I hope that you have a great week. I will see you again next week, and who knows where I'll be recording from, so take care. Later.